Hi, my name is Mahra Almansoori. I'm a senior digital content developer at the Institute of Learning at Mohammed bin Rashid Medicine and Health Sciences University. So I work at a medical school. VR is implemented at our institution in various ways, but majority of the time it's used for clinical simulations. Simulation is a huge part of medical education, so it's all about practical or practice materials for our learners. That's mainly where VR is integrated in the work we do. I think leveraging that type of technology in these type of settings is a pretty fun experience, and it also gives variety for them. There's different ways we do simulation at our university. So there's physical mannequins that they work on. We also have simulated patients that they work on, which are basically actors. And then also leveraging technology like the VR, it gives more of that variety. It's all about multimodal delivery, really. So the idea for the project that I wanted to do using Zoe and therefore create a VR experience for was about vaccine waste disposal. So it was a subject matter I was already familiar with because I got to develop learning materials for a vaccine competencies course. And basically, the idea was that the user for this activity done on Zoe would be a healthcare professional in training, and they would have already studied vaccination theory, basic safety protocols, etc., but they would be lacking in terms of hands-on post-procedural training. So I wanted to give them a practical hands-on experience in this type of procedure and give them a chance to see the different risks and things they should avoid to avoid critical mistakes in like real patient settings. So the goal was to basically dispose all the vaccine related waste items in the proper disposal bins. And that's what I got to build on Zoe. I got to build that experience. And they had to be able to identify the different waste items and match each item to the correct disposal bin, which would be like biohazardous waste or regular waste. It was a pretty simple idea, but it made a whole difference for sure. And also they received that real-time feedback. I thought this would be really great as something interactive for sure. So I loved making this actually. Definitely. It took time for sure, to get used to working in such a like immersive way. Because despite my background being fully like digital content and whatnot, I still felt like I never really delved deep into using the VR personally in terms of designing my own experiences. So this was very new for me, actually. I've only ever developed like AR, augmented reality type of experiences. They scan something and something appears. But this was like a whole other experience in its entirety because I was really in that world building it. So for me, it took time to do it, but really, really, the process ended up being so much fun. And actually, a couple of people within the program were people that I work with as well. So we all got to do different activities and we kind of had like VR sessions together, practicing it, which was really, really fun. And yeah, I definitely would do this again. I loved using Zoe and I loved actually working with 3D objects and kind of like putting them in the right place and figuring out how to label things. It was really, really fun for me. So we already have a very supportive network at our workplace that encourages us to explore different mediums and play around and experiment with different modes of learning. So definitely, I think we'll be able to integrate it more. I just want to push a little bit more VR. Definitely think that it would make a huge difference in a lot of things, not just in clinical simulation, but in health professions education and matters like that. My advice would be don't be intimidated by the fact that it's a new technology. I know a lot of these experiences, and I say this a lot with the type of work I do because I work with all types of tech, but it's mostly in the realm of filming and things of that nature. And I always advise people that I film for the first time or I'm making video content with, don't be scared of all the lights and all the cameras and all the doodads. Like it's totally gonna be fine. It just takes time to get used to it. And that's how I felt with this experience too. It was new for me. Initially, there was a slight intimidation. There was mostly excitement, but I was slightly intimidated. I was like, I've never worked with immersive. Like, am I going to do a good job? Will I be able to get it? These doubts are normal, but honestly, once you get into it, you will love it. And it actually does play a huge role in improving education, definitely. It brings your educational materials up a whole other level. You give your learners a whole new experience that's hands-on and practical while leveraging these technologies. And I really think that VR knows no age. Like you can try at any point in your career. I think it would be really great to just try it out, give it a shot, give it a chance. For sure, you're not going to regret it.